One of the reasons my channel does so poorly probably is because I don't give a flying fuck about the aesthetic of the videos for the most part. I mean, I try to be artistic in my editing with my time-lapse music and stuff, but as far as like, really, dude, you're gonna film your stuff on the counter with your mixer and your coffee pot and your other coffee pot and your dirty dishes in the sink and your clean dishes drying and your laundry baskets and your cabinets you haven't put up and your uncompleted cabinets you don't even have the end panels on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because, like I said, I don't give a f. Okay, so I got just about everything I need here for my whole steering assembly upgrade. How you doing? Not steering assembly, you know, just control, motorcycle control upgrade, I guess would be the best. So yeah, I got my Pro Taper Fusion bars, which are lockable. You can unlock them, they flex. You can lock them where they won't. At 32% more flex when they're unlocked. And then I got the Acerbis X Factor hand guards, so I don't bust my phalanges. I got my universal 7/8 to 1/8 for my bars there, and bar clamp adapters. I got my new Pro Taper pillow top grips, which I really hoped was going to include some glue, but no, apparently no. So I got to still get some grip glue, and I got my little Kawasaki donuts that'll, you know, slide on the grips and get on the inside to keep you from getting blisters, although that's not probably really a problem for me. And then I got my new ASV off-road F2 series unbreakable and adjustable clutch lever with perch and brake lever. How you doing? So I still got to get grip glue and some contact spray, and the contact spray, not a big deal. I can probably pick that some at the hardware store or AutoZone or something, but grip glue I'm probably gonna have to order because the closest cycle store is like, you know, 75 miles away. I'm not driving 75 miles. I've never done any of this. Pretty sure I can get everything off and on, back on. A little bit scared about the cables. If there's any adjustment, I definitely don't know how to do that. And I've never taken off grips or put grips on. Everything else seems more or less like it's going to be pretty straightforward. But anyway, so yeah, I'll order some grip glue now, and I'll probably just order some contact spray also, since I'm doing the ordering anyway. That doesn't even feel, that feels like plastic, if you can believe that. I'm gonna freaking have to get one of those hats with the net around it to keep these damn bugs out there. Since I live in the tropics now, apparently. Awesome. I am getting eaten alive out here. We're in this little funky thing. Oh, it's definitely a little funky thing. Careful. Got little clips, right? That hook into it. And that locks this into itself, but I'll probably just take it off for now and thread these together. That's probably the best way to not lose it. The line is twisted around, and the ignition was twisted around like once. Remember to check that, make sure they don't bind when you do a full turn when you put them back. go. So we're like this. And these are the pieces that screw it together. And I slid that bottom rubber piece off after that top rubber piece. And then, look, so these basically going to fit together like this. And that covers the throttle cables here. And then it looks, yeah, so these just kind of pop out of here. So there is only 2 holes, and one wraps around thusly. Sorry, I'm just sweating. So there you go, like that. And then the bottom one, same thing. Make sure the cable isn't twisted. Sweat in my eyeballs, can't see. Make sure cable's not twisted. Put it in and then lay it down. It'll be like that. Okay, that's that. That was a lot easier than I thought. Let's work on these handlebars. Hey, so all my levers were 8s, if I remember correctly, and this is a 12. Wow. These sure seem to come off. I swear one of them I didn't even loosen. Well, Loctite will be going back in these. So we got one of those squat trucks. I'm sure I've shown it in videos. It lives down the road. And I swear, like, I saw him forever and I just thought, that he hadn't finished his lift kit. I didn't know that that was a thing now. To actually have squat trucks. Okay, that's that, and hopefully this will come off like that. You can probably see that the bars are a pretty close match. The handlebars and the silver ones slant up more, but the sweep is about the same, and I guess the pro tapers are a tad bit shorter in overall length, but otherwise they're pretty darn close. But I forget which, I think this might be the rise, and the rise is a little bit more on these, but these are a little bit closer to motocross, so hopefully, I don't know, I've never experimented, so we'll see how it works out. Okay, first thing we got is our Pro Taper Universal bar clamp grip in order to mount our 1/8 bar, whatever it is, on the 7/8. Okay, it looks like the new ones are 10, and it doesn't look like I'm even going to use the old bar thing over the top. I think these are just the new bar things over the top. So this came off the old one, and 2 of these are going to replace, as far as I can tell. Okay, and we even got an Allen now. Okay, so it looks like, let me double check. Okay, see there, the bolt holes that are going to go into the original holes are on the inside, and the other holes are on the outside. So it's going to go like that. No matter which side we're looking at it from, that's the outside. So I'm going to get some Loctite. And proceed to put that in. Okay, we got it. You know what? See if I can get y'all a better angle. Okay, so the wide piece, the hangover piece is on the outside. Got a little bit of Loctite here. Get my Allen wrench out and get her locked down. And Loctite, a little dab will do you, but it tends to come out pretty vigorously, so careful. It says to tighten down to 15 to 17 pounds of torque, but I'm just tightening them down. I don't have a little bitty torque wrench. And the last time I used a torque wrench, I messed some shit up, so I quit that kind. Okay, that's the one. Might want to wipe out any squeeze out you have from your Loctite if you use it. Or maybe you don't care. God dang it. Oh, my hands are literally too sweaty to grip the frickin' screw. Son of a dick. Come back over here and get my frickin' Allen wrench. Sounds like old Squatty himself. Nope, it's not. I should have known. It wasn't grumbly rumbly enough. I'll give him a little extra tweak just in case. That way nobody can say anything. Yeah, I will tell you, I'm not a big fan of those taper, of these Allen head screws. Not a big fan of Allen head screws for torquing down shit. That doesn't seem very smart to me. I was wondering if these have been used before. I don't know why they would come with zip ties on them. Alright, let's see. I need to remember to slip this thing on first. And this is going to be my right. And it specifically says to make the squeeze even, but it shows that there's going to be a gap. You're not going to squeeze it all the way down. Got time to get some more blue Loctite. Whew, I barely had enough. Okay, I think I probably need to get on it now. Okay, that's definitely good enough. And again, in case there's any squeeze out, which would be weird, but you can see the blue Loctite between the stigma rag in there a little bit, clean up the edges where there's might be a little bit of bleed out. 24 hours for a full cure of blue Loctite, according to Google. Kind of weird that the whole setup is black and then they give you silver bolts. But whatever. It's all good. I probably just need to start checking those once a month. Okay. So I got a few different options. I actually have some Pro Taper glue coming, which I'm probably going to wait for. But I also got some clear grip Gorilla Glue. And it kind of indicates that you got a little bit of work time. I was just worried that it was going to dry too quick. My other option was some enamel clear coat spray paint. Clear just because, you know, I mean, I guess I could have used black. So I got black bars, but supposedly that works good. You spray it inside your grip tube and roll it around and dump out the extra and then slide it on how you want it. But I'm still debating how I'm going to do that. And right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put on this old throttle tube. Go ahead and clean it out with some contact spray, some quick drying contact spray. Not that it's old enough to really need it.
rubber back over there. I probably wouldn't use Loctite even if I hadn't run out. I probably would avoid using Loctite on this part unless I found that it was slippy for some reason. If I found that it was slippy, I would probably go ahead and, you know, use some potentially. There's a little lip on the smaller piece of rubber that goes over the cables. At the end of this lip can basically sit inside. So this little lip, just make sure you don't pull it off too much and it'll sit right inside this other lip. Okay, I apologize, the battery did die and I didn't want to go in and get another one. I'm a big fan of not stopping working when I'm working and in the mood and in the zone. Alright, so I'm using the same perch from a brake that was on there. Yeah, it's a 10 and a 10 on bottom. So 10 on top, 10 on bottom, you take that bolt out and you can put your ASV off-road F2 series brake lever right in there, no worries. And then for the clutch, you do have to change out the entire perch unless you get a, you do have to change out the entire perch on the clutch unless you get a special assembly, because this clutch perch won't go in there, and or the clutch won't go in. This this whole diameter is different than that whole diameter. So there's some universal piece you can get to adapt that, or you can just get the whole kit and caboodle, which this is like cheap aluminum anyway, and this is steel. And literally putting this back on, I actually stripped it out, just screw it in. So I would have had to replace it anyway. And then right here is this wire. This wire that feeds through. And it used to be, you know, right here through this little plastic, how you doing? And it's got a pin in there, which you may or may not be able to see. Oh, you can't see it because it's out. This was the pin. So the pin was in there and it fell out, but there's a pin attached to a spring that also fell out. And that way when you engage the clutch, it's a safety so it won't start in gear. And so now I've figured out, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, you know, I did some reading before I totally pulled it out of there. And it appears that, yeah, it's just a safety thing and you can just disconnect it and hide it. But the thing is, okay, if it's separated and no wires are touching, see, no wires are touching, power on the bike on, first gear, no start, neutral, bike will start. Now if these are touching, yeah, see if they're touching, see I was trying to start in first gear. Now before, that's what the clutch thing was for. You could have it in first gear and if you pulled the clutch in it would start. If these aren't touching, then it's never going to start unless it's in neutral. And if they are touching, then it's going to start regardless of what gear is in and regardless of whether or not the clutch is pulled in. So for safety's sake, I'll probably go ahead and tape them off separated, and that way I don't have to worry about them touching, and I don't have to worry about starting in gear and hurting myself since I'm old and forgetful. I did put this pillow top grip on. I did not get it twisted so that the Pro Taper was straight across, which I don't really care about because it's going to be cut off anyway when my bar grips go on. I did use that Gorilla Glue. It's a little bit tackier than I would have liked, and I put some around the inside rim, and then I put like 3 lines on the bar, and then it just ended up pushing the most of the glue with the grip. So then I got one of those, you know, auto rags, one of those red auto rags, because that's what was handy to get off all the excess glue, which then put gluey fuzzies all over the inside of my thing here. But then I just took some mineral spirits and a paper towel, and all that came right off. I'm not going to fuck with my throttle tube until I get that Pro Taper glue. I'm not going to attempt to use that Gorilla Contact glue with that. And I mean, honest to God, I may not do anything with it for a while. I may just leave it. The grip's brand new. It's not worn out yet. I may just wait till it wears out and then replace it. Alright, this little red one's about perfect, so I just cut it in half, and I'm going to slip one over each one. That's fine. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and I'll get one bigger one and put it over the whole thing. That's pretty good. There's a little bit of red showing. And then just because I really want it sealed, I'm going to go ahead and get another red one, a bigger one. I mean, I could use black, but the next black ones I have are gigantic, and I'm not sure they'd shrink right. Make sure everything's copacetic. I think I will just kind of tape it to itself here. I think that'll be good. It does really piss me off though that I got nothing from Pro Taper as far as stickers go. It's like, dude, spent like 160 bucks on this freaking bar. Everybody sends me stickers. Hell, I got stickers from a place I don't even order from. Like, I got stickers on my bike for, I don't even know, this motorsport.com, I don't even know what I ordered from motorsport.com. I don't think anything. I think they just sent it with a Revzilla order or something. Got these extra Kawasaki donuts I can put on. Not extra, I mean, I got these Kawasaki donuts I can put on. Guess you could put them on black side out if you didn't want to show the Kawi. Nice. Apparently the service are pretty easy. You just get the corresponding pieces, you know, so that the service is facing up on both ends. And then you get these little screws right here, and you just pop them in through the 3 holes in the plastic, and then snug them up, and that'll be your end result. And you got 3 little funky pieces. You got your long bolt and your little barrel looking slip thing, and then another little barrel looking slip thing with some jobby dobbles. And you just put your bolt through yonder, and then you put that on like it's so, and then that slips into the slot like that, and you screw this on, and it'll only go on a little bit, and then just you push it forward so it locks in there. That's not going to be, you know, and that'll tighten up when we go to screw it up. That'll presumably tighten up. I guess I got to cut a hole. Be careful working with the razor, don't cut yourself. Okay, then you just take your bolt, your big bolt, and you screw this piece on, and then you shove the end in the end there. And I'm going to have to cut off some zip ties here because end up being in my way. I'll have to figure out another zip tie situation here in a minute. Okay, that's all there is to it, I guess. And you know, I put the curve down to clear my lines. I guess it can go either way. Okay, so yeah, I don't need any inserts because I got the fat bar. I kind of wish I would have gotten green or white though. Kind of looks weird with my white number plate and black barn busters. Barn busters, good God, black bark busters. So yeah, you just stick that screw through there, and then you screw this bad boy on, and you don't worry about tightening it down all the way. You do that later. Just get her on there. Okay, so that pisses me off to no end because that hole's just simply not big enough. So I don't know what to do. I got that one on. I mean, these are supposed to be the unbreakable levers. So maybe it's not a huge deal, but if I'm going through the tree, I need to have my hand, if I'm going through the woods and trees, I need to have my hands protected, so it kind of is a big deal. Okay, so I did a little reading, and you have to take this throttle, you have to take your throttle off, and you have to take a hacksaw or something and just lop the end off. Okay, battery died, and I went ahead and finished putting it on. So yeah, you got to take a hacksaw or a Dremel tool or something. I was actually using a Dremel metal blade, and it wasn't one to work great. So I just got a hacksaw, and it worked great. I might have taken off a little bit too much, but I can always purchase another throttle tube. But honestly, I think it's fine. It's never gonna get stuck, so I'm never gonna have a wide open throttle. All right, All I need now is a pipe and a seat. Pipe and a seat. I got my IMS Super Stocks. I got my DynoJet Power Commander 5 under the seat. I got my new Pro Taper Fusion, the Henry Reed. Yeah, I got the Henry Reed Pro Taper Fusion Henry Reed bars. I got my new Pillow Top Pro Taper grips, at least on one side. I got my little Kawasaki donuts to keep me from getting blisters. I got my Pro Taper Fusion bar pad. I got my AVS Never Break. Kind of pointless now. Kind of pointless with the bark busters. I know I did overkill, but I knew the AVS would fit. And the other ones that fit were cheap options, so I'd rather get better ones. And then of course I got my Service X Factor bark busters, because yeah, I freaking did. So yay for me. Okay. Sorry, it's treacherous ground. Sorry about the shaky camera. So yeah, it kind of bites that everything's on the left-hand side. I really like the angle with the GoPro on the right-hand side, but unfortunately, as you can see, there is just not enough room. I don't think I ever noticed until like this week that it's never perfect, that it's never like, it's almost like it's designed wrong or something. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's little things it hooks onto. Here's my sign. Well, let me unscrew it before I break it. Okay, better. That is hilarious. I was looking at it just the other day after I got everything put back together, and I'm like, it is so weird that none of this stuff lines up, and that I never noticed how bad it looked before. Looks like I might have scratched my fender a little bit riding around. Oh no, rubbing it against it. Oh no! Oh no! But yeah, that's the setup, boys and squirrels. But anyway, so that is the 100% full install video, minus, I didn't include me putting on my, but those aren't hard. The quad lock and the mirror back. Well, I don't know if I should. I don't think I didn't show the mirror going back on. I didn't show my GoPro mount going on. I didn't show my reroute of the stop switch, but it wasn't that difficult. I basically just unclipped all the things, had my number plate off, ran it accordingly, checked the clearance, made sure it didn't bind, and it wasn't that there was still some slack in it when I turned the opposite direction, and so that's good. It took a little bit. I still got muscle memory. I still try to turn off my bike over here. But other than that, yeah, so that is literally, and the only reason I made such a comprehensive video, although I'm sure the vast majority of people did not watch it, I'm also going to break it up into shorts. But it's just because I couldn't find a video. I literally could not find an all-inclusive video showing you how to take everything off and put everything back on. And since I had literally never done anything like this before in my life, I was quite nervous undertaking it. It turned out to be incredibly easy, but I didn't know that until I had accomplished it. And I often tackle projects that don't turn out so well. So, but that's it. That's the full video of a complete overhaul for all your control modules, minus all your hand control modules, I should say, on a 2021 KLX 300r. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed. Later.